How are we all doing, guys? You all right?
Yeah,
Good.
wonderful. Better than a lot of people's day started. Let me just put it that way.
You're a mixed race, Harry.
Fucking hell! Come
What
on.
is wrong with that? It's fine. It's fine.
Well, it's better than what I was gonna say. It's too early on the
good.
show for that.
All right.
Dear, definitely the wrong
Here,
thing,
Harry,
but-
have a Bud Light.
Oh wow.
How are you doing, Andre? You all right?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I don't have any Bud Lights, so I'm doing very well.
Well, we're from Europe. We don't drink that piss water.
Exactly.
so
Exactly. We do not have
We
to drink Mulvaney's piss, so we're good.
we drink actual beer.
Exactly.
Like we don't drink that absolute crap. Oh Jesus! It's amazing, isn't it? How like they released that in like Bud Light is a very American drink, and then so it has quite a relative. It's not like a worldwide brand, realistically, and then they've just disenfranchised their own target market. It's
Yep.
absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely absurd.
But this is
Absolutely
actually like
absurd.
one of the things that their new marketing VP said that it was her mandate to do. That it was
Yeah.
a dying brand, even if it apparently is the top-selling beer in America, it's still dying. And they need to get like a new, younger audience. They have to evolve the brand. And what's more evolution if not representation and diversity? So that way they can also just offload all of those like primitive, dying old customers right away. So yeah, great success, I guess.
Well, that whole statement, that video didn't make any sense anyway, because you're right. You said about a dying brand and needing to change it up and stuff. But they're like, they freely admit that their audience is like frat boy look. It's like, well,
Yeah.
so you need a younger, you need younger.
Yeah, that's a problem.
How much
Yeah,
younger can you get them
look-
frat boys? Pretty much.
So
Yeah,
people
Yeah,
they're
are
exactly.
legal.
there. This apparently is the #1 beer in America.
It is.
How is it dying?
It wasn't.
It wasn't until they effed it up. Yeah.
Exactly.
It
Well-
was an outright lie because their sales had ticked up, right? And Budweiser, I mean, to be fair, Budweiser makes money in volume. It's not because their sales are good, but if they lose 1, 2, 3%, that's their margin. They're literally losing their margin if they lose 3% of sales.
Yeah.
If you lose 3% of sales, that's your entire margin. That's crazy. And they
I'm not
manage.
sure. Is it your whole margin?
Yes. But the reason it's important is because if you lose that much, or let's say you lose 10% in sales, you're losing
Yeah.
perhaps 10 months or 10 weeks or
Well, and
whatever else. I mean,
Budweiser does a lot more advertising than a lot of the other brands too.
Oh,
That's the
yeah.
thing. They sponsor a lot of stuff, like everything from tractor pulls to concerts, right? Like it's Bud Lights all over everything, everywhere, all
Yeah,
the
and
time.
all of them are going to want to withdraw from that because they no longer want to be associated with what I labeled
Yeah.
it Mulvaney's piss. Because
Oh,
that's
man.
partly what it tastes like. So yeah.
What a bizarre situation.
Well, and
that
and the
is.
whole weird thing to me that bothers me is this whole trying to cater to a younger audience. It's scary because they're flat out basically saying, yeah, we're trying to get the young kids on board. Because this is the
Yeah.
other thing that struck me is Mountain Dew is releasing an alcoholic beverage now. It's like, what
Are
the
they?
hell are they doing releasing an alcoholic beverage unless you're trying to obviously, bring in a younger teenage crowd to drinking?
It's a problem.
Right. That's a problem for me. Yes, I agree.
That's odd. We don't get Mountain Dew in the UK. Don't see it over here.
Well,
We
Mountain
actually
Dew is
have it
probably
here in
one of the,
Norway.
I say it's probably one of the biggest sodas here besides Coke and Pepsi. So like, yeah.
It's
Mm.
loaded with caffeine.
I'm all about caffeine at the moment.
Well, and what makes Mountain Dew big here and Budweiser big here too, besides the sponsorships that we talked about, is the advertising campaigns. Budweiser has had some of the most memorable advertising campaigns for the last 20, 25 years.
Yeah,
Right?
that's true.
Everything from What's Up to Budweiser. And then you had the spin-off with the lizards and all that kind of stuff and so on and so forth. Not to mention the Clydesdales, which have always just been a mainstay, right? Like,
Yeah.
so for them to pull something stupid like this is just like but it isn't just Budweiser. It's everybody across the board. It's like, I almost got into advertising out of school, and I'm kind of glad I didn't, because I would have been like basically boomered out of this shit at this point, because I don't know where they're getting this crap from. This is not advertising. This is in no way, shape, or form. Like, they're breaking the number one rule, right? You never want to make your audience feel like they're a problem or they're doing something wrong or they shouldn't like something that you're looking at, right? Like, it's not a good rule. You want to make them want your product. You want to make them want to either be or want your spokesman for said product.
Well, the thing is that it's the biggest beer in America. People wanted their product. They didn't have a problem with people wanting their product.
Like Gillette. Yeah, exactly.
But they've orchestrated their own issue here. Like, it's like, what are you doing? You absolute numbnuts. Yeah. So bizarre. So bizarre.
They created a solution for a problem that didn't exist. Exactly.
Yeah, like, just total nonsense. I'm sure people rocking in here are very confused about what we're doing. We're just a random tangent there to apologize, ladies and gents, but it's still interesting to no, it is interesting to talk about. These are one of those things that it's just like, okay, wow, like, yeah. I mean, I don't tend to cover stuff like, I mean, I'm happy to cover it here, but I wouldn't cover it in a.
Well, it's kind of upstream from entertainment, right? Like, I mean,
well,
it's all kind of tied together.
It's sort of parallel, isn't it? It runs parallel because it's the industry as a whole and kind of where the industry is going. I mean, you've now got a Doctor Who villain that's a drag queen. I don't know if anyone's seen that, right? So, you know, it's all everything runs adjacent and parallel to one another. So yeah, like where the industry at large in terms of corporate America or just corporations in general, where they start to dip and dive, most things will sort of follow suit as well, or they are already following suit. So it's all very, very, very similar, very, very similar. So, ladies and gents, just again, just to reiterate, I'm sure you're all coming in here a little bit confused. One, with what we're talking about. We were just covering the Dylan Mulvaney Budweiser situation, just briefly.
A joke turned into a conversation, yeah.
Yeah, but that's all fine. That's what you come here for. This is the Hcast. It's a good, fun podcast. And also, you're probably a bit confused about where I am. I'm in a different room. Just need to keep addressing it because people will be like, "Where are you? Why are you here?" Basically, my PC blew up. I think it's just a power supply. Hopefully, it is because that's the cheapest thing to replace. I'll get a new one tomorrow, but currently, like, I'm kind of a bit up shit's creek at the moment. I'm just I'm working on a laptop in my kitchen, so it's all a bit crap. So yeah, apologies.